Hi everybody, happy Monday. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Pat Cavlin here with a look at your forecast. Stunning day out there to get us started for the week. We got a lot of sunshine. We got no humidity at all. A little bit of a breeze, definitely keeping the air moving. If you're in the shade, it's going to feel chilly though. But look at this. What a stunning shot here from the top of the KHOU 11 World Headquarters, the Galleria. We're looking to the east, not a cloud in the sky. Williams Tower downtown in the distance, 55 degrees. That's over 15 degrees colder than this time yesterday. And again, it's just bone dry out there. I mean, this is like chapstick weather, hand lotion weather, because you're going to start to feel the effects of it after a while. Also, a lot of static electricity in the atmosphere. You know, when the air gets this dry, you're going to start shocking things as you touch them through the course of the afternoon. North wind right now at 10 miles per hour, so not too bad. Definitely not as gusty as it was yesterday, but that wind's still enough to kind of keep the fire danger enhanced. Now, tonight I think the winds go calm, or at least a lot lighter than they've been, and so our temperatures will drop. I think in the city we could drop into the upper 30s tonight under clear skies. We do start to moderate, though. By tomorrow night, we're down to the upper 50s, and then Wednesday night, look at that, 64 degrees. So definitely not as cold by the middle of the week. Tonight will be our one cold night for the rest of the week, in addition, of course, to where we woke up this morning. Nothing on satellite or radar. I mean, there's not a cloud in the sky for hundreds of miles. Clear conditions across the state of Texas into the Mississippi Valley. Notice, though, more cloud cover and even some snow showers down into the Appalachians, getting into Tennessee. We're seeing snow showers in November. Crazy. So definitely a winter-like day here across the Northeast and the Great Lakes. We've got lake effect snow falling here. In fact, a lot of lake effect snow out towards Chicago last night and this morning. Some of that falling off towards Lake Erie and Lake Ontario as well. And then showers up and down the I-95 corridor. Now back here at home, it's beautiful. It's bright, it's breezy, it's brisk, but it's nice. Temperatures today will struggle to get to 60 degrees. Tonight, though, again, it's cold. Temperatures down to the 30s, couple 40s again. But it is a warmer day. I think for Tuesday, we'll actually rebound back into the 70s. And that warming trend will then continue into Wednesday and beyond with high temperatures back into the 80s. Just a great forecast coming up here with lots of sunshine. Look at the numbers right now, though. Pretty much everyone in the 50s, from Texarkana to Amarillo, back to El Paso. 60s then across the extreme south parts of the state here along the U.S.-Mexico border. But it's actually warmer in Amarillo than it is in the city right now. And across the rest of the area, widespread mid-50s from Galveston to Huntsville, Columbus to Liberty. So everyone kind of in this cooler weather. Watch how the numbers, though, they don't really change much the next few hours. Maybe we'll add a couple degrees here. I kept the high temperature at 60 optimistically, but I really think that a lot of us will be stuck in the 50s as we go through the rest of the afternoon. Tonight it's cold. Everyone in the 30s, Columbus, Sealy, Sugar Land, up towards Huntsville and Cleveland and Liberty, and even in the metro, I think will drop to the upper 30s. The only spots that stay a little bit warmer will be the immediate beaches here, from Freeport to Galveston, out towards the Bolivar Peninsula, 40s to about 50 degrees. Tomorrow, though, we rebound. So we start to see more of a wind turn out of the south. And so I think we get into the 70s here across our southwestern areas. Spots to the north and east may get stuck in the upper 60s, but still overall about 10 to 15 degrees warmer tomorrow than where we end up today. And that trend will continue here. So 74 tomorrow, then up to 83 on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. A little drop back in the temperatures here by Sunday into the start of next week, but all in all, a warming stretch here over the next few days. Now, the other side of this front going through, besides the cooler weather, is the fire danger. So we've got really, really dry humidity out there. We already talked about that. The winds aren't quite as strong as they were, but still a decent enough breeze that when you pair that with the low humidity and the really dry brush, if a fire can get going, God forbid, it's going to spread fast. So that fire weather warning in effect for the entire area here, that's all highlighted in red. Again, humidity values right now between 20 and 25% for the most part. You couple that with a breeze from the north at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting a little bit higher occasionally, but again, not as bad as yesterday. And again, just really dry brush. The majority of our area under a moderate drought. We've actually got severe drought in Liberty County and then severe to extreme drought west of Katy That all combines to bring us an enhanced fire risk. And so from the Texas A&M Forest Service, we've got the extreme fire conditions through Brazoria and Matagorda counties here, parts of Galveston County as well, and then very high fire danger cutting through the metro all the way up towards Huntsville and then back to the west. So just be on your guard today. The things that you can do to prevent against this, obviously don't burn anything, but also in more practical standards, if you're carrying a trailer behind your vehicle on the highway, make sure that the chains are secure, because if those chains drag across the asphalt at 70 and 80 miles per hour, they cause sparks. Also, don't park your car on grassy surfaces, because the bottom of your car is hot enough to start a fire with any higher brush. So one, you don't want to lose your car in a fire, but also you don't want to be responsible for starting any wildfires across the area. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of relief, at least over the next 5 days, in terms of rain. We still really need rain across the area. We don't see that until we get to next weekend. So Saturday into Sunday, I do think there will be an opportunity for us to catch some decent downpours across the area. Here's the setup. Another big dip in the jet stream. This will carry in a Pacific storm system, so there's not a ton of cold air wrapped in with it, but we do see a cool down behind this front. But again, what really matters to us will be the introduction of rain chances. So I do think we see rain chances Saturday getting into Sunday, and there's maybe even the potential for a couple of thunderstorms. Now, it's too early to say if we actually get the potential for severe weather here, but I am willing to bet that a couple of these storms do turn stronger. And the reason for that is just how far south this area of low pressure is going to be traveling. So here it is on Future Track. Again, Saturday night into Sunday. Here's 5 a.m. Sunday. We could see maybe a couple of showers here. The bulk of the rain moves across I-35, but I would say through mid to late morning into the middle of the day is when we have a chance for a couple of heavier storms and downpours through all of southeast Texas. I think what you're seeing on the map here is a little more aggressive than what's actually going to happen. Take that with a grain of salt. What this is telling me, though, is that there's a chance for rain everywhere, and that any downpours that do develop could produce, maybe some heavier rain. I think it's out of here, though, by Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. We start to clear things out, and then temperatures will start to drop behind this yet again. All right, traveling anywhere on Tuesday across the Northeast. Could be dealing with some lake effect snow up towards Syracuse, back through Buffalo as well. Even Cleveland could see some snow showers. Should be dry though, but cloudy, gusty, and cold along the I-95 corridor from Portland down through Philly and DC, with high temperatures only in the 40s. Southeast looks beautiful, but it's chilly down here as well. Upper 40s from Atlanta to Charlotte. 50s from Jacksonville to Tallahassee, even Tampa cooler at 60 degrees. High temperatures, you can't see it behind the box here, but high temperatures in Miami also in the 60s for Tuesday. Little Rock in the 60s, same for New Orleans. For us here in Texas, temperatures will be warmer. I think 70s across the board, with maybe some low 80s down towards Brownsville. Kansas City in the 60s with a mix of sunshine and clouds. Chicago, cold, breezy, mix of sun and cloud there, high temperatures in the low 40s. 60s though, with some warming conditions as you go back to the west. In fact, 70s out towards Kansas. Across the southwest, more cloud cover from San Francisco to LA, high temperatures in the 70s. Phoenix is nice, mid 80s with, again, partly cloudy skies. Denver checking in with some warm weather as well in the low 70s, and then mid 60s up towards Salt Lake City. And then finally here in the Pacific Northwest, 50s from Seattle to Portland. We'll do upper 40s for Spokane. And then again, some milder weather building across the Intermountain West with high temperatures in the 50s and 60s. All right, back here at home, here's your 7-day forecast. 60 degrees, your high temperature today. Another cold start on the way for Tuesday. Temperatures go from the 30s in the morning, though, to the